All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me a bit. So what's popping? What's happening in YouTube land? We gonna talk about a little bit a couple of these things we've been seeing over a couple of days here. Um let's see what we got here. I know that hold up. Let me turn this damn fan off real quick. There we go. So I can make sure y'all can properly hear me a bit. So there's been a couple things around going around town. So first off, I'm gonna talk about this Tommy Fury guy. So um, I don't think the guy's ever weighed 175 a day in his motherfucking boxing career. Um, he goes to the weigh-in. He's literally wearing his shoes on the scale, weighs in, looks very confident, doesn't bat an eye or anything like that. And you hear Bambas basically say, "Hey, man, you overweight." You know what I'm saying? Then you look at the two guys for the face off, and there's a noticeable size difference between the two. Um, height and bulkiness. So if Tommy Fury's 7 pounds, overweight, and I wonder what he weighed going into the fight versus his late replacement. Right? I'm pretty sure that guy was already on standby. Pretty sure they didn't have to fly him in or anything like that. So, it's just kind of interesting to see that a lot of people are not really talking about, a guy that's supposed to be, uh, a guy trying to, become something, making a name for himself with his mouthpiece and his relic by his way of his relatives and stuff like that, the Furies. And it just looks kind of weird, kind of odd. Then you hear about the things, Bamba put on Twitter. I don't know if that's really him, but he put on Twitter the piece of the clause, the snippet of it for what weight he was supposed to come in. Um, and Tommy Fury saying that, look at your contract or whatever, and make people making it seem like maybe there's two contracts out there. But then, me, I'm kind of like, damn, I know they both got to sign the contract. So was there two contracts signed by both parties? Was there amendments, addendums to it, or whatever the case may be? Like, what exactly happened with that? Because it doesn't look well. I don't know what kind of boxing commission they have out there in Dubai. I don't know how reputable it is. I know it's quite new. I don't know what their rules and regulations are, but you know, if I was old boy, man, I wouldn't even be putting nothing on Front Street right now about contracts and stuff like that. I would just be getting my lawyers up because at the end of the day, uh, you lost the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We don't, but at the end of the day, we don't know which side is right. So then you had Tyson Fury's pops, making a spectacle once again. Kind of really, don't blame him, whatever, because oh boy was sitting up there talking shit, but you could tell that it was taking a little bit too far, like uh, too flamboyant and stuff like that. So, that is just some tidbit to talk about for a second. Um, he's going to keep doing that type of thing anyway, so it's nothing special. In this day age of boxing. Uh, Makabu confident he knocked Canelo out, beat him in better style than Bivol. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Uh, wasn't that dude was supposed to Whatever happened to that dude? I thought he was supposed to get a fight with somebody, and then it just like canceled out or something like that a while back. You know what I'm saying? But like when you're dealing with boxing, this type of stuff always happens. You hear about something that don't happen. He's talking about knocking out Canelo, but his last fight he went to a split decision. He's getting beat by people that people never heard of. So, unanimous. But of course, that was out of his country and stuff like that. He was in somebody's backyard, but um, that's neither here nor there as well. Trying to look up because there was some other stuff I saw. Then this whole Tank Davis thing, man, is getting a little bit out of hand. This whole Tank Davis and who he's fighting next is getting kind of out of hand because you hear rumblings of what Cruz is saying. You get kind of rumblings of what Isaac Cruz is out here saying about the Stevenson fight, and then you hear about some rumblings of this and that and the third. It's kind of making you seem like, are they making the Cruz Tank too? I wish they don't. I wish they just both move on. And I wish that, and Cruz is kind of right, like by fighting, Shakur Stevenson, but he has to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to get somewhere. Plus, Shakur is still young, so even if he happens to beat him, he could still bounce back from that and still become somebody later on to where you might can face him again. So, but I will, and that fight, I'm favoring Cruz against Stevenson. I could be wrong. I know it's not the most favorite opinion out there, but that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't need to get mad at me or anything like that. It's just an opinion now. Don't need to get mad. Don't get your panties in a bunch now. Then this whole IBF thing, man. How unfortunate is that? How unfortunate it is that when these sanctioning bodies, are making these decisions, like we always wonder, where is it coming from? Like, did the sanctioning body get with? Did the IBF say, hey, what are you, with Tyson Fury and Usyk? Hey, what are your plans? Did they send them something beforehand? Like what exactly really happened? Because, and the reason why I say that, because Jake Donovan months ago put something out there on Twitter, basically saying that all these sanctioned bodies are working towards, making sure undisputed happens. And then what we see right now is we're in the same predicament that we were, the beginning of the year. Wondering people. I'm not the big undisputed guy, but yeah, of course I do want to see it. But things got to happen when they happen. But these guys are, they are dragging their feet with this undisputed stuff when it comes to the heavyweight division. But that is what it is, man. You know how they get down. This Herkovic guy, like, who did he fight to become a mandatory anyways? Zhang, who did he fight to even, be part of something, to maybe possibly be the mandatory of the IBF title. There's all kind of things that we could bring up, and I don't want people coming out here saying, well, what about all these other fighters? I said it about almost damn near every fighter that goes up for a belt. Like, where the fuck did these people come from? You know what I'm saying? Said it years ago. Where the fuck did these people come from? But it all stems down is with these guys, like, what promoter is a part of it? It could be PBC, Top Rank, Frank Warren, Edward Hearn, whoever. It just seems like it's always the same people from those same promoters are always getting the looks that they probably shouldn't even be having. You know what I'm saying? Because there's tons of guys in the top 10, top 15 of these sanctioned bodies that aren't getting the look. Maybe it's because of timing. Maybe it's because of money issues, promotional issues, broadcasting issues, but it's something. So, and I just think it's kind of odd. You know what I'm saying? But that's, it just is what it is. Is what it is. But it could open up some doors, because I think that the best thing for not just brainstorming, not the best thing, but just brainstorming. Let's say, for instance, Usyk doesn't take the take Herkovic, and he says, like, I want to get rid of the IBF title. Then we hear about there's two guys sitting around. That's Andrew Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. And I don't know if Andrew Ruiz is the first guy or Anthony Joshua was the first guy. But if Andrew Ruiz is the first guy, he might as well just go for the belt. Just for sakes for brainstorming, because the way I see it is that gives Andrew Ruiz a belt, and that gives Andrew Ruiz leverage to maybe being the runner-up for Undisputed. Yeah, he probably got to do a 2-fight deal with those guys because rematch clauses and stuff like that. But then also we have PBC having a heavyweight champion once again, and then we have you got Deontay Wilder. He might get a fight with Usyk first. Or the winner of Usyk Tyson Fury, if that was to happen, just for argument's sake, so it opens up a lot of doors for a lot of these promotional brands with their fighters, because there's playing room, there's chessboards, there's more playing room on a chessboard. You know what I'm saying? But that's a pretty interesting topic. I'm waiting to see what goes down with that. I just saw that thing again with Jake Paul and what is it? John Fury. Also, that one thing that John Fury said was kind of funny, because he's talking when he's yelling at Jake Paul outside the ring, he's talking about get in here and all this stuff. First of all, security wasn't going to let his ass up in there anyways. You know what I'm saying? And he's too light in the ass. New security guys probably would have picked his ass up, but what John Fury had to say, I thought it was funny, because he was sitting up. Bruce, what's happening, man? What's going down? I thought it was funny when he said, "I'll fight Mike Tyson. I'm king of the bare knuckles, and I'll fight Mike Tyson to death, and this and the third." And I'm like, first of all, I don't hear nobody. Well, there's probably some people, so I don't know, but I ain't seen no tape of you fighting outside the ring. I ain't heard about nobody talking about you fighting outside the ring. We all know you inside the ring. You got your ass whipped on multiple occasions, and you really can't box. You ain't worth the damn. You kind of fight like your son, but your son fights a little bit better than you. Then with the whole thing with Mike Tyson, I'm kind of like, why you got to bring Mike Tyson up? Because we've seen what happened to the guy when Mike Tyson was fighting him, when Mike Tyson punched him on the streets. We've seen what happened to his face. You know what I'm saying, in New York. So there's all kind of, it's just the thing of showmanship. He's just trying to keep his name relevant. He's part of Team Fury, especially with Tommy TNT Fury, or whatever you want to call him. I don't know why he calls himself TNT, because when he goes up against, when he starts stepping up in competition, this ain't gonna be no damn glistener than that TNT. It's gonna be a straight dud. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna put the bang on him. That's another word for explosives. So that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that I really do hope that Makabu is not fighting no damn fucking Canelo Lex. I hope it's either Benavidez or Bivol, even Beterbiev, will even be good for me. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Gass says Jake screaming at Fury to come get him with 2 giant bodyguards standing behind him. Yeah, like, come on, man. You know that's not about to happen. It's like, and I kind of didn't blame John Fury, because, like, you talking shit about him and stuff like that. What's up, Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn? He says, Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn. God damn. Now you've been knighted or something like that. Yeah. But they should have never had him doing commentary. I don't know what they thought they were doing with that, but they should have never had that dude doing commentary. It's like, soon as, like, what the fuck was that? Because at the end of the day, he's a ticking time bomb. He's just like those Fury guys. They got diarrhea of the mouth. They don't know how to act and shit like that. So, I just don't see why it was even necessary. You could have got somebody else to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I see everybody still talking about that Crawford shit, Crawford and Spence shit. I mean, I'm gonna put it to you guys like this, like, at this point, this has been going on for so long, this back and forth shit. As far as who's at fault and shit like that, I'm I really don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck because I don't know. And what Crawford's been putting out, I'm gonna say it again. It's minuscule to what they actually been talking about over the last years. It's minuscule. They put out snippets of it. There's more to the story than just what they're putting out, because they can't put out everything. When you sign the non-disclosure agreements, they last for a specific amount of time, and is not for to the end of the contract. It's usually like 6-7 years or something like that, and there's only certain things you could talk about. That's the reason why you rarely see people throwing out contracts out there unless it's in the court of law. You see what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, a lot more boxers would be out there taking out names, addresses, and phone numbers and stuff like that off their contracts and showing how really wrong they were getting done. But it's rarely that you see that. And the reason why it's rarely that you see that is because they fucking can't show you. You know what I'm saying? And, but, people could believe what they want to believe. That's my opinion on it. And I know other people got other opinions, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's a fight that we all thought was going to happen. Then we thought we wasn't going to happen. And I told folks just stay optimistic, and folks didn't want to stay optimistic. You had people out there saying November 19th, November 19th, November 19th, and shit doesn't always go according to plan. You know what I'm saying? And that was one thing that didn't go to plan, So then you got Love out there doing some WWF wrestling tactics in the ring. That it is what it is, man. If you getting your ass whooped in the ring, the motherfuckers dropping the motherfucking bees on you and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And you have a little mental lapse, and you doing something that you at the time that you weren't really thinking and stuff like that, and did that. Hey man, it's all on you, man. It's all on you. Because you should never put yourself in that predicament to get your ass whooped like that anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? So you should have been winning the fight if you felt really that bad, but that mad. But that is what it is, man. It's a good thing nobody got hurt. You know what I'm saying? If they do decide to suspend him or whatever the case may be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be right on time for his next fight to be coming around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I think they're probably going to give him a little chastising. I don't think it's going to be the full extent of the motherfucking law or whatever they can prescribe or whatever. So it's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate. This is how people get down when I'm not saying it. I'm not saying this is him, but sometimes when these guys do stuff like this, that's the true them. The true them come out, and we end up seeing who they really is on motherfucking Front Street. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate, but you know what I'm saying? This is we dealing with human beings. We ain't dealing with robots. We dealing with human beings with thinkers and all that shit. I hear that that Victor Belfort and that I seen Rotman Jr. Fight is still going, but Victor Belfort got the COVID, so they're gonna have to find him a replacement. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to do motherfucking something, and then we're gonna do something with that. I wasn't really looking forward to the fight anyways, but I was definitely gonna watch the replay if something really did, come from it, like i.e. Hasim Rahman getting clipped with something. You know what I'm saying? Because how would you say? Shit happens, man. Shit happens. And I'm not saying he's like the best, he's not the best boxer or anything like that, but shit happens, man. All the motherfucking timing and shit. And then that whole, what was I about to talk about? Oh, Tyson Fury bringing up the whole mental health shit again. I don't think he got mental health, man. I don't think he do. I think he got diarrhea of the mouth. I think that when he brings up that stuff, like people tired of hearing it, man. You know what I'm saying? People tired of hearing it. Like you keep throwing it out in people's face and stuff like that. You know, talk about how you get better doing it at least. Talk about how you combat it. Talk about how you exercises you do. Therapy. Do you do therapy? Like, what I'm saying? Other than boxing, do you have hobbies? Other than, we know he has hobbies. Alcohol and cocaine. We know he got hobbies, but but you would think that there would be like a little bit other something to that. Bruce Gas, what's happening?
Mikey, what's up, my brother? Come up, talk a little boxing with you if it's okay, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. But I got a no smoking weed policy over here, man. I'm joking with you.
Yeah. I can always throw this away for a little bit, man. But it's it's a nervous habit that I have.
Sure, if I was you, Bruce, I'd be like, well, I'm out. I'm joking with you.
I know that, my brother. So what's up, bro? What's happening in the boxing scene here, man?
Oh, I was just talking about the whole BS because I missed a lot of fights this weekend, man. I went fishing. I got tired. I was waiting on the fights. I fell asleep, woke back the fuck up. Thought it was in between fights, and ended up fucking falling asleep again. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, I do.
I tried to catch some replays, man, but I was out in the sun all day, and I was kind of beat, kind of tired. You know what I'm saying? And plus, as soon as I got home, I gorged myself with some chicken, red beans, and rice and stuff. So I passed the fuck out.
I was kind of the same way, man. I was watching the card from the UK in the afternoon, and then when they got to the Ricky Hatton and the fucking Marco Antonio Barrera exhibition, I'm watching it and I'm falling asleep. I'm saying, what the fuck, man? But hey, it was boring. It was kind of a boring thing, and I can't even remember the main event on that afternoon card. It might have been a woman's bout. But anyway,
they had a gang of fucking fights.
Oh yeah,
different platforms that day.
A lot of fights, but I definitely like the I like that Montana card, that Montana Love. The whole card was kind of interesting.
And you said which one?
The Montana Love and Steve Sparks fight. That whole card.
That's the one I fell asleep.
Oh yeah, see that one. Fortunately, I was awake. I had taken my little nap, but man, the disqualification, a lot of controversy there, man. A lot of controversy. In fact, Eddie's got that in court today. He said he was going to take it to court and try to get it ruled a no contest. He wants to protect that.
I mean, I don't know how you do that because they rarely take a ruling back. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, like you did it. Like you threw him over. Like
very true.
What do you want the ref to do?
Well, I have seen fights overturned in court. I have seen decisions ruled no contest in court. So you never know in boxing, man. It's a fucking money game, and you know that Eddie wants a rematch. He was back in Montana Love, and now he's gonna. I think he wants that rematch in Australia too. That's where the big money is going to be.
I think it's going to be the same. Well, I don't think it's going. I think it's going to be the same outcome besides the WWF tactics.
Yeah. That's I think Montana just definitely he underestimated this kid, man. They thought it was going to be a walkover. They thought they were bringing in a ringer, so to speak, man. And this dude was just bigger. He must have had fucking. It looked to me like a junior middleweight fighting a freaking a lightweight or a super lightweight. I mean, it was that big a difference, I thought, in size.
Yeah, you see the size difference. Speaking about size difference, you see the size difference between Tommy Fury and that Bamba guy.
Yeah. That Bama guy, man, he had nothing going for him, man. You know, I was even watching him do pad work before the fight, and it looked like the pads were winning. He had nothing going. Really, I mean, you know,
He didn't look too confident either.
no. He
He
was a
looked like,
last
remember
minute replacement. That whole
you see how Tommy Fury went to the scale, right? With his, you don't see boxers get on the scales with their shoes too often, right?
he did,
He
right?
gets on the scales. Yeah, he got on the scales with his shoes, and
Yeah.
then the way that the what is his name, Bamba, the way he looked at him when he was doing the face off was just like, yeah, whatever, man. Damn, this motherfucker big. Like, I'm just here for as long as I get paid. Then this, I don't know what happened behind um the scenes or whatever, but they figured out a way to get him up out of there and find a replacement that probably arguably gave more better work than he was gonna give.
He had that whole fight was so no skills. And did you see Jake Paul caught? Fucking. Oh, these guys suck. Excuse my language. They fucking suck. Oh man, I would like to get in there and kick fucking Tommy Fury's ass right now. He is a joke. He couldn't. The first time he gets in the ring with a real fighter, he's gonna get his head taken off. And this is Jake Paul, who's got has he ever fought a real boxer?
No.
Yeah. So it was a sideshow. See, I think that's something that the South was in Dubai, Dubai or Saudi, Dubai, yeah, Dubai. I think some rich fucking family decided they wanted to have a holiday. They wanted to see Floyd Mayweather in action. They'll pay him a few $1 million, get him over there, and dude, they sold out 17,000 people in that Coca-Cola Stadium. Coca-Cola Auditorium, whatever it was called, but they would. I mean, I guess people that they want to tell their kids that they saw Floyd Mayweather fight. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yo, they spent all that money. They spent all that money.
Yeah,
all that money just to watch him fight and goof off in the ring.
Totally. And I heard the pay-per-view was only $15.
They had to, because if you looked at the last exhibition he did, like the numbers keep going down. So I think what they figured out was they're going to give him $20 million, and they got to feed the whole card. The best bet is to make it affordable for people to buy it and just sell the rights to air the fight to people. You know what I'm saying? Sell the rights to air the fight and get a cut from it and wash your hands real quick. There's X amount of countries out there. You got the Zone, BT Sports, and all them. BT, Sky Sports, and all these other countries, little sports broadcasting companies, sell it to them. They probably got their money back quick.
Absolutely.
They probably got their money back before the fight even started.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying?
Pay-per-view is not the way to do business anymore. I mean, people are just getting smarter and smarter. They know how to freaking they know how to stream pay-per-views. I haven't bought a pay-per-view since back in the freaking 80s, man. Really, since I think the last one that I bought was Thomas Hearns and Iran Barkley. That's how far back it goes. And dude, I met Iran Barkley a couple of weeks ago in Pennsylvania, and
I saw you met a few people. I was looking.
Yeah, man, it was so much fun. But really, I mean, pay-per-view, it shouldn't even be sold anymore. They should get sponsorship back in boxing, make it more fan friendly, kind of really introduce us to new talent, have zero guys with 7-0, 8-0 records fight each other. Get us interested in the sport. Give us some competition, because the only fights on Saturday that were any good were the fights that were real close, where like there was I doubted them. Aside from that, they were all blowouts. I mean, Fernando Vargas's kid, he looked very impressive, but he's only early in his career, but he fought a nobody, and they all kind of did, man. It was all, I thought it was I think that they have to up the competition and improve on how to distribute the product, because how many people do you think are buying pay-per-views anymore? I don't know anybody, man. I know boxing fans. And they're not becoming boxing fans now because of the pay-per-view situation, until I tell them, you don't have to do that, man. Come up, give me your email. I'll send you a freaking link to it. and half of them don't even have email addresses anyway. They're all fucking old men and shit. But you know,
I mean,
I the boxing world has to smarten up. That's all I'm saying. They have to change the product around. It's not the same thing they were delivering in the fucking the late '90s and the early days of pay-per-view, though. 2010, 2015, whatever, man. But it's
they do, and I think you're right, because a lot of them Tank Davis fights, they ain't pay-per-view worthy. A lot of these fights ain't pay-per-view worthy, and I think that pay-per-view fights should only be for certain fights. It shouldn't be just because you're a big name and you're fighting to have a live body. You know what I'm saying? It should be for like big freaking fights, like maybe once fucking a year. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like if you're fighting 3-4 times a year, or you're fighting twice a year. It's like fans ain't got time to give up $75, $45. What is it? Either 75 or 45. Sometimes I think they do 35. A fight, and then you got to pay for. We've been talking about this a minute. How much it costs for these subscriptions and stuff like that. The only reason why I would buy a fight, a pay-per-view, is because I don't want them streams getting in the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the stream to die in midway. I want to just enjoy the fight, no interruptions. That's the only way. Or if I got people that come over and I don't want those interruptions, like embarrass myself or anything like that, so we can just watch the fight. I don't got to keep getting up.
They've gotten so good at it. If you have a decent laptop that's hooked up to your big screen, you could have two windows open at the same time, the same fight on different stream.
I know how good they is.
And if one freezes on you, but they don't even freeze anymore. That's I think the one I watched Saturday night maybe once. I just get real good quality. With the 4G, it's crystal clear. I mean, anybody who buys pay-per-view now is crazy. If God fought the devil and it was pay-per-view, I wouldn't buy it, man. Because I'd stream it and I'd give my money to the church. I'm not going to give it to these greedy fucking promoters that want to charge you $74.95 to see Wilder fight fucking Hellenius. Come on, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, that was steep right there. Hey Bruce, Surf Foul player of Brooklyn said, send me that link. Send me the link for that stream, and then
I'll put my email in the chat, man. Send me an email, and I'll send you every fucking free stream that I have, because I got a ton of them. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, brother?
Salute, gentlemen. How's everyone doing? So you guys are talking some boxing, so I thought it'd be fun. Yeah, it's a good topic, with the
hold up. Let me read this other comment. Sir Foul player of Brooklyn says, I like the pre-card fights that Top Rank does sometimes. They sometimes put prospects versus prospect. I mean, that's always a good thing, but I enjoy some of those fights, man. But some of those fights, some of these pre-cards, man, they be lopsided and shit. And they trying to build names and shit. But like I said, this weekend, I kept falling asleep. But go ahead, Thor.
Yeah, bro. I was just saying, look, at the end of the day, I feel like boxing has created a perfect storm, with the global economical crisis. People are struggling to pay their gas bill. People are losing their businesses. And when I say the majority of people, I mean like 90% of people. And then you've got pay-per-view that keeps going up and up and up. So what the average pay-per-view in America is about $80. In the UK, they're turning the prices up every other day. Whenever I try and buy a Joshua fight, every time I buy a Joshua fight, they crank it up. Same with Fury as well. So I feel like the death of pay-per-view is here pretty much. And like Bruce was saying, you got all these streams. One of my friends, he's actually got like a Fire Stick system where he's got like an app. I think it's called Mobdro or something, where it's like an app which he's got hooked up to his TV, right? One click of the button on the app and it'll give you like 100 different links to HD quality streams. Yeah, I think the death of pay-per-view is here, man. I mean, people can't afford to pay, $80, or in the UK, I think it works out to about $40 or £30 for bullshit fights. We can't afford it, and I feel like boxing is the only blue-collar sport which is so hell-bent on destroying their fans. I feel like boxing should come back to free telly, basic cable, and apps. I think apps are the future, definitely, because, like, say if you pay $10 a month, right? They can market it to, tens of millions of fans around the world. You've got over 100 countries that the zone's in. Like, that's a huge opportunity. Make money through global subscribers, ad revenue, sponsors. But these motherfucking greedy promoters, man, they don't care.
Yeah, but
I
with
think
those apps, but with those apps, they can't just go into any country that they want to. You know what I'm saying? It's like some countries that have FCC laws and stuff like that on how you can go about doing that. That's the reason why, a lot of the times, like, the fights that you guys see on Sky Sports, like we would have to literally get a VPN or something to pay into BT Sports to watch it for cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Because they legally they can't broadcast their fights over here, even if it was via app. You see what I'm saying? You got to get clearance, and that's another hard thing for a lot of these people to get into. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're talking about these. You just get the app, right? So if you just get the app, now you have to deal with how you're gonna get to these other countries, because you're gonna have to pay something. You know what I'm saying? These satellites ain't cheap. These fiber optics from country to country and the transatlantic are not cheap. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be an associated risk when it comes to how much money you're gonna have to spend when you first starting out. You're gonna have to blow through money. You gotta have some get some big names. You know what I'm saying? That's why with boxing with BOK Prime, it's probably not going to last, because they don't have that much money to probably compete with all these other big name companies, and then let alone somebody have to go out there, download your fucking app once again on their phone, and most people's phones are probably full of fucking apps. You know what I'm saying? They're tired of downloading something else to watch a fight, then pay $45 to watch the fight. That's kind of a turnoff when you could just buy a Fire Stick for $25, go on YouTube, watch some fucking tutorial, and be up and running within 15 minutes watching the fight for free.
I think if it's more reasonable, though, I think that's the key word, reasonable. So Netflix is about $10 a month, and it's got 300 million subscribers globally. I think to go for that format, right, where they're trying to target mass more than high-end retail sellers, right? So as far as the zone, which I'm aware of, is available in all the major markets: Australia, Japan, the United Kingdom, Spain, America, Canada, Brazil. So that kind of model. Fight TV as well. A lot of the American fights that the UK or the global broadcasters don't want to pay money for, they sell through Fight TV. One of Crawford's fight, one of Terence Crawford's fights, actually purchased through Fight TV. With BT Sport, it's not really a global app. It's more like a Showtime or an ESPN, which is just centered in the UK. But
yeah, we know that.
like with his own, or Fight TV, completely different. I feel like that's the future. I mean, Netflix has proven that, look in America, I've got friends in the States, they're telling me that Showtime and HBO, they're struggling to get subscribers because most people don't really want to pay for satellite TV, and it's kind of obsolete. We want to watch, we're like in the Instagram generation, right? We want something, we want it now. So people binge watch shows now on Netflix or Amazon or etc. I feel like satellite TV traditionally is kind of dying. So as long as you keep the apps decently priced, right? So the Terence Crawford fight, very sensible, $40. That's half the price of a standard pay-per-view, which is usually $80, right? I think that's very sensible. $40 pay-per-view, that's reasonable. Crawford's going to his hometown, big hometown return. I thought that was smart. They might not do crazy numbers, but I feel like they made the right moves. Cheaper pay-per-view, hometown fight. I think trying.
Why I think the pay-per-views were so high lately? I think they're realizing it's a fucking dying industry, and they're trying to make as much money as they can. It's a fucking money grab. They figure people who are stupid enough to buy pay-per-views, they don't care if it's fucking 49, 59, 69. They're going to buy it because most of the people have more money than brains. But as far as the industry itself, bro, I don't even know what a Fire Stick is. And I can get any fight that's on any fucking
Go to Amazon. You can go to Amazon. You can buy a Fire Stick
I don't
about
need to buy
$24.
anything, bro.
No, hear me out, because you can get more. You could get more than that. It is when you download the app, is more than just sports. It's like you can watch live anything.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a link in here. Check out this link. It can give you pretty much.
I already have them. I already have one. I just enjoy the Fire Stick with the button.
Okay. Well. This link here, it kind of takes your place of cable. You got Showtime, HBO, Cinemax, plus you get You get your ESPN 1, 2, and fucking Plus. I mean, it's just I wouldn't even have time to use a Fire Stick because I have sites where I can get if a movie's released in the theaters today, it'll be on this fucking free site tomorrow. You sometimes some kids sitting in there with a VCR, with a camera taping the movie, but in a couple of days they get the perfect quality. So it's like, man, this pays for your fucking. Why go to a movie? And it's on this site. And then if you want any news channel, it's got CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, NBC. It's got all those right there. So I mean,
yeah, you can
anything in the world.
Google it.
And I mean, I'm not even talking about the fucking porn that we're fucking the access to, bro. I mean, the fucking www it's all anybody needs for their entertainment. You don't need a Fire Stick. You don't need pay-per-view. You don't need fucking apps. Just learn how to fucking manipulate on the internet, and you can get anything, bro.
Yeah, and most and like what I do.
Well, I am, bro. If I want to.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna bring it up. I just.
No, that's all right.
I'm
See.
Yeah.
People expect me to go to certain channels, bro. I go any fucking channel I want. I ride my own lane, and that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it's always been. I came on fucking YouTube by myself, and I'll fucking leave by myself, bro. That's the way it is, man. If you don't accept it and you want to fucking block me or take away my wrench, that's your prerogative. But believe me, I don't lose a fucking second of fucking sleep over it, man. In fact, I kind of like it.
Oh, there you go. He hitting that. There you go. Look at it. He winding up to hit that blunt. That bone, that toker.
Oh, you know it, bro. You know it. You know what I've been doing lately, bro? You know what I've been doing lately, man? I've been making fucking infused honey. I bought this thing called the Levo 2. And what it does, it decarbonizes the weed, decarbonize, whatever the hell they call it, but you have to activate it through heat. And then it infuses it with oil or honey. And I try to stay away from oils and fats. So I have it infused with honey, and I can put it on fucking frozen yogurt or, I mean, anything, oatmeal. And bro, I think eating it the high lasts longer and you get higher. So this is almost by habit now. I may even retire this in a while, but eating it, that's the way to do that, bro. That's the way to do that.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah, he's showing that. Yeah, that's just good old toker too.
I love the toker too.
Yeah, but
If I was ever down your place, man, I'd make one of my famous oatmeal walnut cakes for you, and bro, you'd be digging on that, man.
He said one of my famous, like, how many people you be serving? Damn. How many people you be serving, Bruce?
Oh man, I'll tell you, I only bought this thing last week, but I've already bought another thing to make it stronger, to put more weed in there. Because it's kind of a complicated thing, but once you get to know what it is, it's real simple. And I don't know, man. I just dig it, and plus I want to stop with all the smoking too, because that congestion and fucking, it's not good for any part of the body. So the least amount of smoke I can be taking in, the better I think life will be, and you get way higher for way longer when you ingest it.
That's fucking crazy.
It is, man, but so much,
That's fucking. Oh, look who it is. The Mr. Sir, foul player of Brooklyn.
Sir.
How you guys doing?
Man, where's your fucking crown and shit at? Where's the player hater get up? You know what I'm saying?
It's too cold. Too cold for the crowd today.
Oh, I see you got that Snuggie on. You got that dusty ass Snuggie on with all them yellow stains on it.
That's because I'm trying to be cheap and not put on the heat.
Yeah, them yellow stains, them cum stains on it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was listening to you guys this whole time intently at that.
Well, you gonna come on? You gonna come on here and not say nothing but a whole bunch of stuttering?
No, I mean, like I was I was more tuned into the streaming side of things, I mean, you guys know personally, I find it like I'm low tech, but I'm not paying for these fights no more. There was one day like recently, and I'm a big Wilder fan. Wilder might be my number 1 or 2 fan favorite that I like currently. But that last fight against Homeboy, I didn't pay. I mean, I ain't pay. I'm not gonna pay for any of them. But that last one, I couldn't find the stream for it. That's what it was. Like every stream I kept trying was really shitty.
You have my email now, bro. Hit me up. And fuck, bro. It's my mission in life. I can't see these people getting ripped off, and not even that, but I can't see people that not watching it because it's a pay-per-view. And there are so many ways to get it. I'm the most fucking technology idiot in the world, bro. I mean, dude, I grew up in an era where there was a guy in the elevator pressing buttons when we went in there. You know, that's how.
I remember.
Well, that's how fucking bad. I didn't get a computer till like 1995, and I didn't get online till a couple of years ago. But I just kind of learned, man. Fucking, especially with the pay-per-views, these fucking sites are so easy to get onto it, man. Before they used to ask you questions, make sure you're 18, what country. Now you just click them and bang, you're on there. And I have 3 cable boxes. I'm going to the city tomorrow. I got to drop them off because I cut my cable. All I use is internet now because you can get anything. Like I said, you can watch the Today Show in the morning if you want to. You can watch fucking 6 o'clock news. Anything, bro.
I've been streaming since 2006.
I've
been streaming fight since 2006.
I've been streaming. The first fight I streamed, I had a retail store, right? When I used to sell nutritional supplements. Saturday afternoon, somebody said, "Go to this site to see the Roy Jones fight." Remember when he fought in Russia?
I do remember that.
He got knocked out. He got fucking destroyed. But you know, I went to that site and I'm like, "Holy shit! Roy Jones live on the computer." I said, "We got something here." And ever since that, I've just been trying to get myself better and better at streaming. And now it's like I said, man, movies, sports, TV. I got 3 cable boxes. Like I said, I'm going to go to the city tomorrow, drop them off, save $75 a month because we don't use them anymore, bro. You know, everybody has their own laptop. They can plug into their big screen. Fucking pay-per-view is obsolete, just like cable is going to be obsolete within the next 5 years.
But the promoters act like, you know, it's either pay or fucking you ain't watching these fights. I mean, like,
you feel guilty. They're fucking, you know, they're PT Bond. They're telling you can't go around back and look in the hole that's cut in the tent. You got to walk through here and pay $25. And their kids are all going around back and looking through the hole behind the tent and watching the show. You know, it's a fucking it's a illusion. I have these people telling me I don't support boxing. I don't buy pay-per-views. I said, motherfucker, I talk boxing 24 hours a day. I wear fucking boxing clothes. I turn people on to boxing, and I don't support boxing. Man, you know, I'm a poor boy, bro. I don't have a lot of money. I live on a small pension, man. And if I started buying pay-per-views, I'd be in the fucking poorhouse, man. I'm a boxing fan. I've been watching fights for 7 decades, bro, from the fucking 60s till now. And believe me, I'm not going to stop doing it because of money. There's a way for any serious fucking fans that want to watch boxing. You just hang with Bruce Gass and Boxing Jazz and I'll hook you up to all those fucking free sites you want to be on. You want to go to, man.
Yeah, save your money for your favorite boxing channels, like and kiss their ass. But that night though, like when it was Hellenius and Wilder, like I think I had drove up from Maine or some shit. I drove back, but I didn't want to ask Mikey. Because if he was watching on his phone, you know, I'd fuck up the stream if he'd write me back. But and I couldn't find the stream of my own, so I went without. Like I didn't watch a Wilder fight. That's the first Wilder fight I haven't watched since he's been with Golden Boy. But it's to the point a lot of times where it's like, and I knew the fight, like how it was gonna go down. I wasn't pumped up about it. I just wanted to see it for free. But I'm getting to the point now. I mean, like, there's no other, like, after that Wilder fight, there was nothing really to look forward to boxing wise, and there's nothing to look forward to from this point on. Like, I mean, like, there's no fights that are coming up upon the horizon that I'm like, oh shit, you know, this is tempting. Not even to pay for it. I'm not gonna pay, but to even watch or just to hype yourself up about. But it's I'm getting to that area with the sport almost. Like, I mean, because someday we may not be able to stream. Like, what if they make some ill technology in the future? Who knows? But if that day comes and it's between paying for boxing or not paying for boxing, I'm gonna watch hockey. And the thing is too, like all my other sports, like football started, fucking hockey started, baseball is fucking letdown. But like those things are way too tempting. Like especially that they're free.
You know what it is, mate? Mate,
I'm sorry.
if you wait a good 10, yeah, mate, if you wait a good 10 or 15 minutes, right, after the main event is over, the highlights will be all over YouTube and Twitter. So
that's how I watch most fights.
Dude, there's always going to be a way. See, I remember when I first started digging on boxing in the 70s, it was ABC, NBC, it was on free TV. Then all of a sudden cable came around and HBO and cinema, Showtime, they started having boxing, but you had to pay more money for it. And all of a sudden, these fucking black boxes came out of Raytheon, who made fucking submarine technology. They made these black boxes to fucking descramble the fucking paper, the premium channels. And that was 1985. And everybody just jumped on that. As soon as they figured out how to fucking beat that, they fucking had cable streaming. And when they figure out how to beat cable streaming, whatever form of communications there is, however they transmit that fight, somebody will figure out how to intercept that signal and decode that signal, because it's a consumer's madness out there, and you got these internet these cats who haven't even graduated from high school who could take a fucking phone apart. They could put fucking fire sticks or whatever the hell this technology is. I mean, I have a friend like that now. This dude would be a danger to any government if he was in charge of cybersecurity, man. But yet he just fucking wants to show people how to get.
Yeah, but
go ahead, man.
Yeah, but that streaming stuff, man. It's gonna be hard for them to even do anything about it, because they can't even really do anything to me and you. They gotta do something to the person who's broadcasting it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only people they can go to, is the people that's actually broadcasting it. Like, they're gonna go to us. The only thing they're gonna do is gonna get to our ISP, our service provider.
Man, VPNs. You get a VPN, and they
no, I didn't say that. I said the only thing they're gonna do is get to your ISP, your internet service provider, and tell them to like shut you down, so you won't have no internet. But they can't really do nothing. But another thing you can do, which would be a good idea, because you can set a VPN that runs constantly on one router. You see what I'm saying? Or that runs constantly on one router. So all you gotta do is buy you a little Wi-Fi.
I've been going on this site in India. It's called the fuck is it called? Shit, man. It's called fucking Weeklies. And they've had every WrestleMania live. They've had every single pay-per-view, fucking Hell in a Cell, Royal Rumble, and they have like there's got to be 10 different fucking streaming services that shoot their link there. So if you're watching one and you don't like it, you can go to another one. But it's been there since let's see, I started watching this thing in about 2002, and it's just so fucking easy. I mean, it's like. There's your wrestling pay-per-view, and these other ones that I'm going to send you, bro. If you send me your link, Surfball Player, fucking boxing, soccer, football, baseball, NBA. It's like having all these things they want to sell you in your computer. That's how convenient it is. And bro, people say, oh, that's illegal streaming. It's kind of like saying marijuana is going to kill you. Show me one fucking confirmed fucking death. Show me one fucking warrant. Somebody who streams some. Maybe if you're fucking streaming fucking 12-year-old girls and passing them around to your fucking perverted friends, then you're breaking the law. But streaming anything like a sporting event, anything that's free like that, there ain't no fucking penalty going on there. You're not breaking any law. You're just telling these fucking clowns who are trying to charge you $80 that they're in the wrong business.
They should be charged with a crime. I'm trying to charge for $80.
Nah, for real. The only thing they can do is get with your internet service provider and tell them to throttle you or shut your internet off. That's the only thing they can do. But that's even fucking rare. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell all my friends, is like, just in case, so you won't forget, because that's how I ran it when I was in Japan. I had this one little Cisco Wi-Fi router. I hooked all the VPN stuff to that router, so that router runs the VPN every single time you just connect to it. It just says, like, you go to the Wi-Fi and it says Mike's V, and you just log into that. You automatically on the VPN, so nobody can see what the fuck you're doing.
See, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so fucking. Nope. But I bet you I get.
No, I don't know what a VPN is. I think the first time I heard VPN was from you, Mike. Like when I was on one of your panels, like and you know,
Yeah.
I have less of a mastery of it now than even back then. Cause I'm a low tech dude, bro. Like, you know, like fucking and you know, but and the thing is too, like, you know, it's more the bigger thing though. It's like I'm falling out of like favor with the sport in general, man. And I've loved boxing since I was fucking probably like 6. I mean, I stopped fucking with it because I didn't have cable, but probably by 16, I was already right back to boxing, like fucking full, like boxing in the gym. Boxing on TV, fucking watching Louis Collazo in Brooklyn come up, watching fucking Gabriel Bracero, fucking Paulie Malignaggi, Zab Judah, all these motherfuckers, all from all these cats that were from Brooklyn. To like now, like, you know, these dudes are like fucking like making excuses as to like why not fight each other. It's like, and the thing is too, like the boxing as it's run now with these like low level promoters, i.e. like fucking Top Rank and PBC, and this motherfucker from UK, Eddie Hearn. They're just trying to squeeze that little 40. They're just trying to squeeze that $75. Everything's formulated at trying to squeeze you out that bread. But there's like zero chance they'll get $10 out of me, like fucking So it's like but it's like even for the pay-per-view fights, they're whack. Like Helenius and Wilder with the whack undercard, you know, the fucking Bud Crawford versus Avedisian. I'm like, who's gonna pay for that shit? Even if it was $10, but it's just a bunch of bullshit. Like fucking way less fights, like fucking way less important fights. Like I'm almost like to the point where I'm glad I didn't get my.
There's pay-per-views. Like if you look at Fit TV and then all these other like non-brand, you know, pay-per-view spots out there. There's a pay-per-view every week. It could be $5 sometimes, $15, $35. But you know, when I see certain fighters, I would spend $15, $35 to watch because I want to like support them so they can get big, so they can get some fights. You know, but that's just me. I know other people won't do it, but you actually there is fighters out there that's fighting to get somewhere, but they can't get nowhere because they're not selling enough to these other promoters. They're not sellable to these other promoters, so they got to get their bucks up too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I think I did it for Tyra Brown one time. I did it for Matt Sereno one time way before that Katie Taylor fight. So you know I give some support here and there. But those $75 joints, I only do it when I have like people over the house and I don't want to fucking keep clicking on the mouse and shit. I just want to fucking sit down, turn the shit on, and that's it. And everybody get entertainment. Plus, they're gonna pay me. People give me money anyways. It's like, oh, did you pay for it? Give me a couple dollars here and there. Have people go to the store, get me free beer and shit like that. So I get my money fucking back. So it's not that big of to me. It's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal when you start seeing Bud Crawford against a guy that you know that you don't know is even going to put a 50-50 fight up. You know, Wilder Helenius. What's the other one? Was it Chris Arreola and Andrew Ruiz? You know what I'm saying? Like they just put them on.
That was one of the biggest
when they fucking feel like.
I forgot about that.
And you know, this is what I think they are making money, but they're not making as much as they would like. But I think they are making money. I think they seriously, because obviously they're crunching those numbers. They're not just putting these pay-per-views on and just losing money every freaking week after week after week after week after week. You know what I'm saying? They get to see the stuff that we don't get to see, like as far as the numbers and all that stuff. So I'm thinking that they are making money, and the reason why they are making money because they have a slight few knuckleheads, idiots out there, like Bruce said, that have too much money to just blow, and so they don't care because they're gonna like if they do a pay-per-view over here in the United States for 75 and get 150, 250,000 people to watch it, they're gonna make money because guess what? They're also going to sell the rights outside this country to other broadcasters and take a cut probably from them. So they're gonna get their money, but I don't think any country in the world pays as much as we pay for pay-per-views. Like on an average pay-per-view in America, if you put everybody together, like big companies, small companies, it's probably going to average out to $45. You know what I'm saying? Topping out at what Bruce, $99 for HD?
Bro, it's not even an issue for me. It hasn't been for, like I said, since 1985, since I got that black box. I have not bought a single pay-per-view. And before that, I only bought like one or two because they weren't, if you wanted to see a pay-per-view, you had to go to a theater or there was this one service. There was a movie service. It was called Preview. It was like $19.99 a month. And you could buy like the Jerry Cooney, Larry Holmes fight. You could buy that for $29.95, or the Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns fight. You could buy that instead of going to a theater to see it. But like I had to go to a theater to see Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard 1. I had to go to a theater to see Ali and Larry Holmes. But yet I saw fucking Norton and Cooney. I mean, yeah, Norton and Cooney. And that was on HBO. I mean, it's to the point where before you had to go out, but now you have to stay in. And I forget what the point of it even was, but yeah, to me, it's like a non-issue. I'm going to stream everything. I'm going to watch every fight. So I don't even care if it's a pay-per-view. I don't care if it's Showtime. I don't care if it's HBO. I don't care if it's PBC, Fox, whatever. I just care about the fight, man. And believe me, I'm going to watch the fucking thing because technology, the internet is undefeated. And we figure out a way to watch it. I got friends who are geeks, and that's one of the main reasons that they're still my friend, because I call them up all the time and, hey, you got any more sites? Yeah, check this one out. Because like I said, I got rid of my cable. They said, oh, don't worry about it, man. I'm going to give you a site where you can get 71 different channels on there. It's just like having basic cable. So. Love the fights.
So on my Fire Stick, I get everything. I get everything. I just. Hold up. This is the reason why I use it, Bruce.
Right there, bro. That's all. I know.
Yeah, Bruce. But the reason why I use it is because I don't want to have to use any old device. I don't want that shit on my phone. I don't want that shit on my computer. I just want it on this device, and I don't put nothing else on it but the bootleg shit. Because I don't want none of that fucking willy-nilly shit getting to all my other shit. So the reason why I use the Fire Stick. So
what are you talking about? Willy-nilly shit getting the shit. Nothing viruses. I have. What?
Yeah, I mean, not all viruses, not everything that's bad for you. That's everything that's bad for you, computer wise, causes your computer to slow down.
Man,
not everything. Yeah, not everything slows down your computer. Some things could just be like they're looking at what you look at, and if you have anything of importance to steal this, they'll take it. And that's the reason why. Hold up, that's one of the reasons why I use one. Hold up, I know, Bruce, but that's the reason why I use one Fire Stick. Hold up, I use one Fire Stick for like $20-something. I just plug it. I just have it plugged into my TV. I can hit my remote, turn it on, flip through all the channels from all these different countries. And I don't got to keep messing with nothing. I've been running the same thing on my Fire Stick for the last 3 years with no hiccup. You know what I'm saying? Live fights, live sports, everything. Hell, sometimes I even turn on and watch fucking cricket. You know what I'm saying? So, I have no problems with that $20. I just don't want the shit on my phone. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm computer illiterate, bro. I don't understand that. You're an IT man, right?
No, I'm not an IT man. But I know a little bit.
Way more than I do, bro. See, all I know is I get on YouTube. I watch all this stuff. I can go on shows. I can do my own show. Aside from that, I have the movie channel, like about 10 movie channels I can go to. About 6 or 7 sports, boxing pay-per-views, and my computer doesn't slow down. It doesn't get infected. Even if I go on porn sites, it doesn't get infected or anything. Maybe I have good security or something, because my buddy who set it up for me he put the firewall and all that shit in here. I have no idea what it even means, but I've never had that problem where I had to worry about anything getting on my computer, and that's all I use, man. My computer has 1 screen, 2 screens. I got a laptop here, and my old lady's got hers in the bedroom. and that's it, man. The phones, I mean, nothing gets on my phone. Just me talking. I very seldom use it. Like I'll use it to listen to YouTube when I go out, but if I'm home, I'm on the computer. You know, the phone is just like a backup thing. Really, it's more like a phone, pictures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Man, they ain't talking about shit on this on Twitter today when it came to boxing. Usually folks would be on somebody's fucking ass. You know, those guys on Twitter.
I'll show you this picture. Me and Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, I saw it.
I can't. I
saw it on Twitter, Bruce.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Did I put? Yeah, I put
Yeah,
Bowe, man. Yeah, because I can't get over that fucking guy, man. And he, you know, people start saying, "Oh, he's a slurrer," and this and that. Bullshit. You gotta talk to the man. You'll understand him immediately. He's, you know, maybe he was like that, but he got better. He lost a lot of weight and everything else, man. He's in good shape. Surprisingly, fucking Big Daddy. I like that. What do you think of Elon Musk taking over Twitter? What's going to happen? People are bailing out left and right. It seems now.
It's gonna be strictly for profit. You know.
You heard about the FTX thing? I'm pretty sure you guys heard about that.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. And he probably has some money in that shit too. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be. What'd you say, Bruce?
I didn't hear that, foul player. What was that?
Oh no, there was an exchange where you could buy cryptocurrencies from. It was probably like the second or third biggest, and on election day, like the company went down. Like they just found like a lot of the people found out that
that was Tom Brady's company.
Yeah, that's the same one, the very one. They found out that like a lot of the stuff that they were supposed to be holding on to, like cryptos, that they never really had custody of. And it's like it's probably one of the biggest it's probably the biggest financial scandal of our time. I think it's bigger than Enron.
Madoff? Oh, the Madoff dude?
Bigger than the Madoff.
Bro, this is why I'm fucking old school, man. I'm a cash man. I don't even have a credit card. I blew my credit anyway. I went bankrupt in my business about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and I never even bothered repairing credit because it's so fucking crazy. The computer, the internet can control your fucking finances, bro. You know, I'm a hard currency guy. I deal in cash. I deal in gold. You know, and that's just the way it is,
Bruce. Bullion boys.
I'm a caveman, bro. But I'm not going to let some guy with a fucking switch say you're broke. You can't. You know, I go to the store, and if they don't take cash, see you later, man. I'm going to find another store that does. And you know, I guess I'm a fucking rebel without a cause. But that's the way I've been living forever. And hey, man, if I can go another dozen years doing that, God bless me, right?
Yeah, but all these things are happening now. It seems like it's like one crazy thing after the other. You know, like with the Twitter shit, everybody was exploding about that for like a week, and then fucking now this FTX thing.
Because it's an imaginary thing that you guys are letting control you, bro. That's not reality.
I'm in a blanket at my fucking living room, but I care less. Like no, and I'm a hard currency guy too. I talked to Mike about that in the past, but the reason I find it very I like the stories that are being underreported. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I found this story interesting because they're not really reporting the breadth of it, like or like the severity of it, if you will.
It's huge. It's huge. The guy who the former CEO or whatever, they said he's fucking stole billions from the fucking company. You know, that's with a B. I mean, dude, that's like, you know, and this guy's fucking cooperating, and so he doesn't have to get prosecuted for it. And it's crazy the fucking wealth involved in these cyber fucking deals like crypto coin. I never had one in my life, but you know, my computer geek is telling me he could have bought it when they were like $10 each, and they're worth $160,000 now. You know, I mean, it's not even fathomable to me. You know, I guess somebody.
In today's economy, like you could find money, like excess money, for anything. So that's why I get pissed off with the sport too, because some jackass could have floated by and said, "Listen, I'll pay fucking Errol Spence $20 million and Bud Crawford $20 million, fucking for them to get in the ring." But like, you know, with the current like promoters and all that stuff, like they make it seem like, you know, finding money, like fucking they find money for Canelo all the time. But they make it seem like finding money, like to facilitate like good fights, is like impossible. When we're living at a time where fucking people are blowing money and throwing money on like the worst investments, including entertainment. You know, like that Black Prime shit. Like those people probably didn't save that money to give 20 million to give whatever to Terrence Crawford. They probably borrowed that shit and they're not gonna pay that shit back, even if it takes a loss. You know, but it's they like with these current promoters, I guess they can't find the machinations to get something like that done. And it's used as an excuse why we can't have the fight, where, you know, these small, like, arbitrary numbers, like, fucking at the end of the day, aren't the reason why we're not getting fights that I give a shit about.
I mean, I don't know.
Pardon me?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like I told you, these guys, they're making money. You know, they're not making as much as probably like what they're making enough money that they're comfortable with, that they like getting. And it's evident because they keep doing it over and over again. They're not in the business of losing money. Nobody's in the business of losing money. You don't hear about these guys. I have a theory about
that, Mike, but go ahead.
Hold up. I mean, you don't hear about these guys going bankrupt or anything like this. You hear rumblings of people getting out of boxing or whatever the case may be, maybe because they're not making as much as what they're supposed to. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, they're still putting on fights. You know what I'm saying? Now, even when you look at Black Prime, like people was like, oh, where's this guy at? Blah, 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 whoop, whoop. It's like, well, you know, at the end of the day, if you look online, again, you can see where their office is, and it's not where people actually say it is. You can go back and look online. It's actually not where they said it was. That was like probably like an old ass fucking address, or it was a property that he fucking owned and he just put down on there so you can't fucking find some bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I really think at the end of the day that they're going to end up making their money for that fight too. And I think they're going to make majority of their money outside of the U.S. by, i.e., selling the rights to the fights. They're going to make more because look how many countries there are around the world. You see what I'm saying? Like those countries are going to be willing to buy that fucking fight as long as they can get people to tune in and watch it. They and play some fucking advertisements and shit like that. They're going to fucking do it. But the thing about it is, how can does Black Prime even know how to make the pipeline to get those to those countries? I don't know, because that's a whole nother ballgame, satellites, fiber optics, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and those are rights with using those satellites, you know, but at the end of the day, any investment that you do in life, whether that is cryptocurrency, whether that is stock, whether or not it's a bullion, no matter what it is, precious metals, whatever you want to call it, no matter what it is, if you don't know what you're going to do it, you're going to get fucking ate up. You might get lucky here and there. You might hear about somebody else get lucky and you get this illusions of gander in your head. But I made fucking over $30,000 off of off the cryptocurrency. So I'm cool, but I wasn't one of those that was a know-it-all or anything like that. I got in at a good time and I left my motherfucking money and didn't stick around like some people thinking that they were going to like be rich for the rest of their fucking life. Because that's what happens with stocks and anything else. Like people think that some people, they get into the game, don't know too much, and think that they're going to be rich as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And they see other people doing it, making a couple of dollars, and by the time they find out, it's too late in the motherfucking game, and they invest like $300, $600, $900, $1,000 too late in the game, and it's already going down. That's the reason why when I was dealing with cryptocurrency and everything, I didn't want nobody getting mad at me for a bust. So I told him, I was like, look, this is where I go, this is what I do, but don't get mad at me if you fucking lose your money. Put like $5 on there. If you make $5 back, you make $100 back, take your fucking money and go. Don't keep it there till you're gonna make all this money. Get your profits.
But that's what I find frustrating, because like if we go like with your theory, Mike, like as far as like that they'll make money with BLK Prime, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if they could make money somehow making Terrence Crawford versus David Ajanesian, why couldn't the PBC like try to make Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford? Like, you know, especially like what, you know, based on like what we sort of know, like, you know, it wasn't like he was seeking an absorbent amount. I mean, like it didn't seem like he was seeking for anything like that sounded too crazy compared to like what other boxers are making. Not Canelo, like other boxers within his threshold, like, you know, as far as popularity goes. But you know, whatever reason that we're not getting that fight, I mean, I really don't care. Like, but we're not getting that fight. I don't think we're gonna get that fight either in the future. But it's just, it's not even political BS. It's political absurdity that happens in this sport. And like, you know, as far as like the offices of like some of these companies, there was a company based here in Jersey, and I actually seen their offices. Damn, what the ones that used to promote Kovalev, the lady, that her husband used to run, was a promoter back in the day. If you maybe you know Bruce, I think he was the promoter for Lennox back in the day. And then his wife took over, and she promoted Kovalev. But their offices were here in South Jersey. It was a fucking house, bro. It was like a smaller house than this one. You know, cheesy operation. And I mean, like she actually had Kovalev when he fought like Andre Ward. That's a big fight. I mean, that was a decent sized fight. Why could they make that shit happen from some little fucking suburban shallow, like in South Jersey, no less? But like the fucking the grand executives at PBC, like fucking can't find money for this one fight. You know, like when did they ever say we can't find money for a high level fight besides this one?
I think when they say they can't find money, which somebody did say that from PBC earlier in the year, I think what they mean is that the money that they want, the money that they want out of the fight, like the waiting for building the bubble and then getting in there before it fucking bursts. You know what I'm saying? I think these dudes are sitting up over there crunching numbers. And then not only that, you think I told this dude this, and he fucking didn't have nothing to say. I told him this. If you're negotiating with somebody for 4 months, 6 months, and you don't get a fucking contract, you don't get a contract until October, right? You don't like the bona fide contract, and somebody is whispering in your ear, "Hey, I got $20 million for you to come up over here and fight this fucking bum." You think if that was Al Heyman's fighter, Al Heyman would say, "No, don't go get that $20 million." You think if that was Spence and Adesanya, you think Al Heyman's gonna tell him like, "No, don't get that. Don't go over there. Fight this guy. You can still go over there and fight that guy." No, go get that $20 million. Let the fans wait. Build the fight a little bit up. He's going to fight somebody. You're going to fight somebody. Then we're going to make this fight happen. First, second quarter of next year. These dudes don't give a damn. They ask Bruce. They stopped giving a damn about fight fans when they start putting on pay-per-views damn near every month or every other month. They don't give a fuck. If they really want to undisputed or Crawford versus Spence, these and they really did care about the fans and all that stuff, they would have put that fight on. They don't care. They all and you know Al Heyman. If you look at anything with Al Heyman, it ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with putting on so-called the best fights. Anything you got to do something with putting money in his fighters' pockets. You know, putting money in his fighters' pockets on his fucking terms, because it ain't on ours. I said a long time ago, if you don't like what's getting played, turn that motherfucker off and get your ass a link. Get a link. That's the easiest thing.
You know, like,
Ask Bruce how hard it is. You fucking go to the website, you press the fucking link, and it comes on like magic.
Oh, no, that's what I've been doing. I mean, like, you know, that's my political statement. I'm not paying for fights, but you know, it's just whack. I mean, like, you know, and like with YouTube boxing, like a lot of the channels I listen to, like, I mean, like they've taken, like they dug themselves into one side of it or the other with this fucking debate. And it's like a bunch of like shitty ass assumptions, like fucking but we're still not getting this fight. I mean, like they just, I think like, you know, they just rather play the blame game rather than playing the let's force this fight to happen push.
You know, I really do honestly feel that Terence Crawford did everything in his power to make the fight. You know, he did everything Spence asked him. You know, get a belt, cross the street, play B side, wait for me to clean up my side of the street. They had no money. Crawford said, "No problem. I've got 50 million right here. Let's slice the pie up." And there's still a problem. So I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Bruce. Like, I don't care who was ducking or anything. Well, I don't know what Bruce think, but I'm kind of with Bruce on the aspect of I really don't have nothing invested in who's ducking, who's not, because I'm still gonna fucking stream the fight. And like,
I honestly went on my diatribe. Like, I mean, I used to like kind of like going on Errol. I still kind of do, But my whole diatribe is mostly based around the fact that the PBC is a fucked up company. And I've been saying that for years. The PBC is the cancer in boxing right now. It's a bunch of sleazeballs. That Sam Watson, his fucking corny ass twin sons, Al Heyman, everybody, Tim Smith, everybody involved with PBC, a bunch of glad-handers, fucking low-level scumbag promoters, like fucking relics of the past. I mean, like, boxing got to go through a period, at least for the 2 years, where nobody's making a damn thing, just to sweep these fucking promoters out of the scene. They're none of them are any good.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I said L-Foul player. You can't just put the burden just on PBC. It's everybody. You see what I'm saying? It's everybody. It's just not the PBC, and that's the reason why. I said is like, you know, if you look at the PBC, that's why a lot of people don't be crying about the checks. You know what I'm saying? When they make it to be like a Tank Davis or something like that.
That's not true, bro.
Hold up. I said when you make it to somebody like a Tank Davis or something, you don't hear people crying about their checks. And if you do hear somebody crying about their checks, you can't even name 5 people.
No, I just talked to my man's, bro. He's
name 5 people. Name 5 people. I only heard 2 people.
I'll put it like this: one of the people that I mentioned in my list of Brooklyn fighters coming up was bitching about the PBC recently. Yeah. And then the funny thing about him, the funny thing about that guy, he had no leverage to even say anything. Yeah, he had no leverage to say anything. Then not only that, he don't even know so a lot of these fighters. I'll give you a prime example. I ain't gonna say the fighter's name, but I'll give you a prime example how a lot of these fighters don't even know what's going on in their own career. They don't know what's going on in their own career because they trust their manager. You see what I'm saying? And so there's a fighter out there that's about to be fighting somebody, right? Big name, right? I'm not gonna say who, but his manager was screwing him fucking over. He fought on Showtime. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to get a nice little check. His manager took most of the fucking money. That motherfucker damn near had to go back to selling fucking weed. You know what I'm saying? Because his manager took most of his motherfucking money. And then his trainers, how does your head trainer get more money than you? You see what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, like I know for a fact a lot of these dudes don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. You got this guy named Bamba fighting Tommy Fury. He don't know what's going on. His managers and everything is telling him this, but how come there's 2 contracts with 2 weight clauses in them? But he don't know what's going on. He don't got the full story. He's a fighter. That's why I said when it came to Crawford on negotiations and wanting to see all this stuff, that's his prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody cares. Nobody fucking care if you don't get paid enough. Nobody gives a fuck if you signed a fucked up contract. Nobody gives a fuck all about all that shit. If you're a fighter and you signed a contract, you're the one who's solely responsible on what you're fucking signing. The tax man don't want to hear about you paying a tax person to pay your taxes. The tax man's gonna be like, no, it's your fucking fault. I don't care who you fucking hire. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault. It's your sole responsibility to pay these. What you sign is what you should be paying attention to. And a lot of these fighters fucking don't.
No, I agree with you, Michael. 100% agree with you, bro, because, you know, at the end of the day, if your upfront money is $0, then 100% of everything you're worth in it, as far as the event, is going to come off the upside of the event. So you've got to have some kind of control over the books, right? I mean, I get Bud's, angle. I mean, I don't want, in his view, he said, I don't want these guys spending $10 million on the undercard and the hotels and flights and promotion. That's my money right there. Transparency as well to make sure he gets every penny. But I don't even get what the big deal is. It's a basic co-promotional thing, right? So when Canelo fought Caleb Plant on PBC, right, Canelo Promotions was a joint promoter in the event, which means it had access to the books and the financial control. Same with Fury fought Wilder. So when people say Bud Crawford is asking for extra things, that's not true. It's a basic co-promotional element that he's asking for: transparency of the books and financial control, co-financial control of the event. Spence will have just as much financial control as well.
I think it's pretty much he just wanted to see what was going on, because at the end of the day, when you sign those documents, those bout agreements and stuff, it's like, you know, I don't care how many lawyers you hired, like you're the one signing it. Ain't nobody else signing it. You're the one, unless you Edward Hearn and you have some power of attorney over him to sign his contracts, but you're so responsible. Like it's in the Muhammad Ali Act over here. Like the manager is supposed to show you like what's going on with your money. You see what I'm saying? Your fight, because that's the whole thing is you're supposed to be in control. But all this stuff is neither here nor there. I just wish the fight happens next year. If it don't, then I just move on to the next motherfucking fight. There's other fights out there I want to see. It's like Spence and Crawford not happening. Yeah, it sucks it's not happening at all, but I'm gonna go move it on. But like what Fire Player is saying, all these fucking promoters and managers are fucking up. All of them. Edward Hearn, Fish Eyes, Salido,
PBC the most though.
No, they're not.
No, that's what Fire Player said. BBC the most.
Yeah, but what?
I agree.
Only one fight? Only one fight?
No, like
more.
one promoter, one whole promoter. Yo, I'm telling you, Mike. I just
I said with what fight?
As far
I'll
as
give you several
examples.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Kovalev versus fucking Stevenson didn't happen like on PBC. Like once Stevenson went to PBC, that fight was over, bro. Like Kovalev Stevenson, which is a fight that I wanted to see even more than Errol Spence versus fucking
Okay, then you can look at Golden Boy with some fights that ain't never happened. It's like all these.
No, but you know what it is. That's why. But the point I wanted to make, like 2 years ago, people were online saying like, well, these guys are all their own bosses on PBC, and now like 2022, it's like, oh, we can't get the PBC, like we can't get the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence because fucking Al Haymon don't do business with Top Rank. Now, now it's like, oh, because Bud Crawford is asking for transparency. Like who's the main problem here? It's always Al Haymon.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like, why are you listening to people? Why are you listening to people on social media to make your synapses of the issue? Because
that's not the case, Mike. That's not the case. No, and I'm telling you, I just talked I'll just talk to a boxer on PBC. It's my man's, bro. Like he said, and I won't even, and you'll probably guess who it is, like fucking up. But he was saying, he basically said that there's fights happening in Brooklyn, and there's fighters starving in Brooklyn that are on PBC, that are from Brooklyn that aren't getting fights. And you have like fucking Mexican cats like on these undercards for Wilder fucking versus what's his face, the guy he last fought, bro, fucking But
they probably would have been starving after that fight too, because they weren't getting paid much.
No, and then and that fight in Brooklyn with the guy that Wilder just fought, fucking that shit was vacated, bro. Nobody was there, bro. Nobody was there. The whole
the Hellenius fight.
The Hellenius fight. That shit was empty, bro.
Yeah, but from the videos I've seen, it was not empty.
It wasn't full. It wasn't full.
So, it wasn't empty.
No, that shit was cavernous, Mike. I'm telling you, bro.
Okay, fine, but like at the end of the day, people knew what that fight was. You see what I'm saying? Like my whole thing, dude, is like all these promoters are the same. Al Haymon.
I don't agree with you though, bro. No, I don't agree with you because
I've seen lots of
promoters. Yeah, I'll tell you why. I've seen lots of promoters co-promote with each other. I've seen Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum make several events. Golden Boy as well. They just did the recent Zerdo Bivol fight. Bob Arum did a unification with Eddie Hearn between Hooker and Ramirez. With Al Haymon, there have been several significant fights. AJ Wilder, the biggest fight in boxing, it didn't happen because according to Wilder, he turned down more money. He took less money to fight Fury, coming off of a 4-year layoff. Lomachenko Tank never happened, even when Lomachenko was running around questioning Tank Davis's manhood. Charlo Andrade, massive fight. They offered him $7 million to unify. He said no. Andrade said, "Cool, I'll come to Showtime." And Tim Smith's rebuttal is, "Oh, we ain't putting up money for that fight." Canelo Plant. The only way that happened is when Canelo crossed the street. They weren't willing to do a co-promotion, and they weren't willing to come to the zone. Crawford Spence. The list goes on and on.
Okay. No. Hold up now.
Yeah,
hold up now. That Wilder and AJ thing is very debatable because you can say, hold up. You can say he took more money. You can say he took less money. Hold up. You can say he took less money, and fought somebody else other than AJ. But if you look at the time, when AJ was doing all that stuff, they weren't even playing nice. They didn't give that dude a rematch clause until the last minute. So why wouldn't he go somewhere else? Hold up. Why wouldn't he go somewhere else? And then the whole time when they were negotiating, it was $15 million. It was this, it was that, and the third. Blah blah woo woo woo. That fight could have happened by a click of the button if either side would have agreed to something, because obviously we all know AJ didn't want that $50 million, and I don't care who that $50 million came from, they didn't want it because because obviously they wanted that money, they wanted the whole thing in their hands. See what I'm saying? They wanted to fight. Hold up. They wanted 24-hour deadline. They wanted. It doesn't matter if you gave a 24-hour deadline or not. But guess what? They could have still took that money, because if you looked at that $50 million thing and you go back, that shit, he could have asked. He could have said, "Yeah, I take it." They would have gave it to him. It wasn't no 24 hours.
100 million. Okay, let's forget 50, right? What about 100 million?
Hold up. Now, hold up. The fight didn't happen because of both sides, really, technically. But at the end of the day, when you look at the sequence of events that was going down with the whole negotiations between the both parties, i.e., fight Dillian White. Oh, no guaranteed chance at AJ. Oh, we're gonna give you this, no rematch clause. Oh, now we want to give you hold up. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Over and over again.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You don't want to get to do the rematch clause. Then you say 15 million. Even though,
why would he get a rematch clause, bro? He was the B side.
He didn't
can't get a rematch clause.
Okay. So he went somewhere else. So negotiations is a two-way street. And if you don't know how to play ball with negotiations,
I don't know, bro. He took 900,000 to fight Chris Ariola.
If you really that's fine. That's fine. But if you really wanted
$4 million to fight Tyson Fury,
let me speak.
Come on.
Let me speak. If you really wanted to fight, you would have gave the man something reasonable, and the fight would have happened. Just like if you could say Deontay Wilder really wanted to fight, he could have done this. Just like you could say AJ really wanted to fight, he could have done this. And the
resumes speak for themselves, bro.
The resumes speak for themselves, but it's the fans. It's the fans. What the fans want to see. You could bring up resumes all you want to. You could bring up belts all you want to.
Wilder never steps up.
Hold up. That all that don't mean anything. All that really don't, because at the end of the day is what the fans want to see. We could talk about people that was undisputed that actually fought people that didn't make that much money. You see what I'm saying? As what Deontay Wilder has made right now. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's really what the fans want to see and how bad the fans want to see it, not your resume and not all that other fugazi shit. Because the only thing that matters at the end of the day, who's going to tune in at their house and at these bars to tune in to pay for your pay-per-view, and who's going to pay for to come through that arena for that fight. See what I'm saying? Because it takes two to tango. It's not just one.
Yeah, but Mike, the thing is, like with that situation between AJ and Wilder, I did blame AJ a lot within that. But the one common denominator before all that is that it was another PBC show. Like it was another thing involved with PBC, even though they weren't the A side and they wouldn't be the main promoter with Wilder and AJ did fight. But PBC is at the helm of a lot of fights that didn't happen.
But how is PBC at the helm when they're the B side?
No, but they were involved. I mean, like some people are blaming Bud and
but then they made a fight with Top Rank. But then they made a fight with Top Rank.
Who did?
Wilder and Fury.
Because Fury was coming off a 4-year layoff, and they thought it was an easy change.
It isn't. No. The reason why
you guys are getting caught up in this old shit, though. I mean, like no, because like every time you say something, you say the same. Hold up. You say the same shit that everybody else say. You don't know. It's not. You don't know if it's true or not.
So why did Wilder go on Twitter and say he said no?
If you actually
Wilder came out on Twitter, this is the same man that said AJ's fucking me about. He's not sending me a real contract. Then the motherfucker turns around a year later and goes on Twitter and says, "Hey Fury, you know AJ sent me more money, right? But I said yes to you because I'm a man of my word."
And you know what?
You fucking bullshitting. Don't bullshit me.
You know what? No, I'm not. Ain't nobody fucking bullshitting you, dude. This dude literally sent that fucking contract when Deontay Wilder was talking to Fury. Once they knew Deontay Wilder was talking to Fury, that's when they did that shit. They didn't do that shit. No. They didn't do that shit beforehand. They didn't do that shit well beforehand. They did that shit after the fact. after, well after. When now,
Did Deontay Wilder
now
turn down
the whole
$20
thing,
million
you
to come
still
to
don't
Wembley
wanna-
Stadium?
No. It doesn't
Did he
matter.
turn down $20
because
million
Wilder-
to come down to Wembley
it
Stadium?
doesn't matter how much he turned down.
The
doesn't matter how much
motherfucker
he
never
turned
made
down.
a $2 million
The
check.
motherfucker-
He turned down $20 million.
He did. Look, let me tell you something.
Y'all
You know how
rehashing
much-
the old argument. Go, come on, guys.
No, Elbow player, because you know what I'm talking about. They did not send Wilder that fucking money until they found out Deontay Wilder was talking to Tyson Fury. That's
It
when
doesn't matter though, bro. He had the opportunity and he said no.
Because
That's
it's
the problem.
too
He
fucking
said
late.
no.
It's too fucking late. If you're doing negotiation with somebody and they keep dicking you around and they keep doing this shit and they keep doing that
He didn't
shit,
say that in the tweet,
what are you
bro.
going to do? Are you going to go
I said
back
no.
with him? Are you going to go back with him? Because
Were you in the room?
to you
Were
as
you
a
in the room?
fighter, you signed a
Were you in the
2-fight
room?
deal with Tyson Fury. You signed a 2-fight deal with Tyson
Bro,
Fury.
this guy's a
and you
history of
believe-
being a fucking
Hey,
cherry
man,
picker.
hold
He got Klitschko. He didn't fight AJ.
I'm gonna mute you. Hold up, because you signed a 2-fight fucking deal with Tyson Fury, and you believe that you could go out there and beat Tyson Fury, and then turn around and fight Anthony Joshua. You see what I'm saying? And it goes the same way for all these other people. The same thing with Canelo. The same thing with Canelo and Bivol. Canelo thought he was gonna go up there, beat Bivol, right, and go and fight somebody else, and go around the street, fight somebody else. Wait for these other fighters to make a few more fights so he can possibly try to fucking fight them. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out for him. I mean, well, it did work out for him because he lost, but nobody gives a fuck. So
do we not look at track record then? Is that not a fact? The track record. This man wouldn't fight the Klitschko's when they had the belts, but he fought fucking Bernays.
No, Klitschko told Deontay Wilder to get a belt.
That's not true. Vitaly Klitschko had the belt for years.
No. He said literally Deontay Wilder get a belt. He said he ain't fought nobody get a belt.
That's not true. Charlie Finkel came out and said that Deontay Wilder is a baby.
It doesn't matter.
Charlie Finkel said Deontay Wilder is a baby.
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's what Deontay Wilder wants. At the end of the day, it's what Deontay Wilder wants. At the end of the day, it's what Deontay Wilder wants. And what happened?
Nothing.
Klitschko went over there and fought AJ. Deontay I'm telling you the truth, is what Deontay Wilder wants. It ain't.
Charlie Finkel came on record and said they're not fighting Klitschko. He said Wilder's a baby. A baby with 45.
Can say whatever he wants. Shelly Finkel could say whatever he wants.
Wilder,
he could do whatever. He can say whatever he wants. That's his opinion.
Look at his shit resume. He listens to Finkel.
Shelly Finkel can say whatever he wants. And doesn't matter what shit resume he got. So now there's a shit resume. So why would Klitschko fight him? Why would Klitschko fight him then?
How long was Deontay Wilder the most contender?
It doesn't matter. Klitschko didn't want to fight him.
How long was Deontay Wilder the top 10 in the WBC? Why didn't he ever fight Klitschko?
It doesn't matter. Klitschko didn't want to fight him,
bro.
It doesn't matter. Klitschko did not want to fight Deontay Wilder.
I'm a baby.
He said he told Deontay Wilder to get a belt.
So Klitschko fought AJ and Fury, but he was scared of Wilder. Okay, bro. Even though Wilder's manager came out and said that he's a baby.
Because where the money was at?
Wilder's manager came out and said howling up
Where the money was at? Where the money was at?
Wilder didn't think the money was there. Wilder was taking $900,000 against Ariola when AJ came and gave him fucking charity $20 million. Bro,
the money was with AJ. The same reason why Charles Martin fought AJ. The money was over there.
Wilder's a no-pussy, man.
It doesn't matter what you say.
Has AJ ever admitted to say no to Wilder? Has AJ admitted on Twitter? Who came out on Twitter?
And said what?
Well, I rejected more money to fight so and so. Has AJ ever said I said no to more money?
It doesn't matter what he said. AJ said no to $50 million.
Bro, how can you say no to $50 million with a 24-hour deadline, bro?
No contract. He said he was just playing. No, it wasn't no 24-hour deadline.
Yes, there was.
Deontay Wilder said it was a 24-hour deadline.
Charlie Finkel confirmed that on IFL. Charlie Finkel confirmed that on IFL.
No. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
I get it. You're a Wilder fan. I get it.
Hold up. I say negative shit about Wilder all the time. So don't even say that shit.
You're out here saying Wilder's got a great resume. He wants to smoke.
I'm about to mute you because I got something to say because you acting like you would know it all. What happened with the issue was when they brought that $50 million out there was an issue from Edward Hearn. Edward Hearn said he don't want a blasey blah whoopty whoop whoop from somebody from Alabama. Days went on. It was hold up. It was
said that he wants to see a contract with AJ. No, AJ said he's got an exclusive contract with Sky Sports.
No, it doesn't matter. It could have been on Sky.
The money was coming from BT.
Because guess what? Because guess what? You could do this shit on
24-hour
Sky, whatever.
deadline.
But over here in
The
America, we
motherfucker's
got our
making
own shit.
900,000. Where the
Sky
fuck was he
Sports,
gonna
it
get 50
doesn't
million
matter.
from?
It does not matter. It's the fight that the
Yeah, of
fans
course it
want to see.
matters.
It's the fight the fans want to see. What are you
5,000
talking
tickets in
about?
Alabama don't generate
It's the
$50 million,
fight
bro.
the fan want to see.
This guy was fighting Eric
It's
Molina
the
on
fights
free
the
TV
fan wanna
in front of
see.
4,000 people,
It's the
making
fights the fan wanna see.
$800,000.
It's the fights the fans want to see.
The fans wanted to see, and Wilder didn't say yes. He didn't step up. He cherry-picked Fury and got pistol whipped.
He didn't
For
cherry pick him. Guess what?
He got pistol whipped
He
for
didn't- he
peanuts,
didn't-
bro.
You think that's gonna hurt me? You think that's gonna hurt me? You talking about
Bro,
you got
cherry-picking
he
gone wrong,
lost.
bro.
He lost. So
Cherry-picking
what?
gone wrong.
He lost. So what?
Cherry-picking
AJ
gone wrong,
lost.
bro.
AJ cherry-picked motherfucking Ruiz. Thought that shit was gonna be sweet. Last
replacement. Okay,
and
bro.
got whipped.
A last replacement.
And got
Okay.
whipped by a last
Was
replacement.
Ruiz coming off a
He
4-year
got whipped
layoff?
by a last
Was Ruiz coming off a 4-year layoff, bro?
Fury
Was
was
Ruiz a drug addict?
Fury had two
Cherry-picking gone wrong, bro. Making
Fury had
$900,000 saying no to 20 million. He's a fucking chump.
Fury had
He
two
got pistol whipped for peanuts.
Fury had two tune-ups. Fury had two tune-ups. And then it went to a draw and Fury had two more tune-ups. What you talking
No, bro,
about?
do you understand thing? AJ Wilder was actually the biggest fight in world box. No, do you understand thing?
Okay, it was.
It was
So
the biggest
what?
fight. I agree with you.
So what? But what I'm saying is, it's the fans. The fans want. It's the fights the fans want to see. The fans really wanted to see that fight.
Bro, come on, you can't make $2 million against Luis Ortiz and take 20 million as crack money. Come on. He made $2 million against Luis Ortiz. When AJ sent him a contract of 20 million.
Who gives a fuck what he took? The fight happened. Who gives a fuck? I don't care if he ducked him or not. So what? So fucking what?
I can't put the blame on AJ if one guy don't have the heart to fight.
That's not even what we're talking about. You moving the goalposts. You talking all over the place. You just trying to bring up shit to try to prove your little flimsy ass point.
Listen, he admitted on Twitter though, bro.
And I'm gonna say this again. So you could get this through your thick skull. If AJ really want the fight to happen and Wilder really wanted the fight to happen, the fight would have happened. And that's
AJ want the fight to happen, but even Charity has its limits, bro. Even Charity has its limits.
They wouldn't have been playing all those
games.
Bro,
even Charity has its limits. A motherfucker's making $2 million. You offer him 20. What's the problem?
They were playing games.
Bro, he took $4 million to fight Tyson Fury.
They were playing games. Okay,
why did he take $4 million to fight Fury instead of 20 to fight AJ?
Even when they got the dude from the zone,
that's the question.
Remember they tried to bring the dude from the zone? What question?
I said, look, he took the first fight. His base purse was $4 or $5 million, right? It was made public that AJ and Hearn offered him $12.5 million guaranteed, plus a kickback from the pay-per-view. And after, I think it might have gone to 15 million. If you were depending on what reports you want to believe, there's a potential where he could have made over $15 million. This is a chump that's barely scraping up $800K a fight, bro. $800,000 a fight. He's getting paid $15 million. That's a chance of undisputed. And this motherfucker wants to turn around and say, "Where's my $4 million for the crackhead coming off a 4-year layoff?"
Why are you upset? And you don't know what he was getting paid, and you were upset for nothing.
Well, I mean, that's what the commission
documented, laughing at you this whole time.
Bro, come on, but we know he didn't get money, bro. 5,000 people watched him in Alabama against Eric Molina.
Now let me
a
rebuttal.
whole title defense. AJ selling 90,000 tickets in London, and you're all selling fucking 5,000 tickets in the middle of Shitsville, Alabama.
Let me talk.
What the fuck was Alabama sports market?
It doesn't matter. That shit doesn't fucking matter. That's what I said. Like you call me, I'm a Wilder. You call me a Wilder fan and all this other stuff, but you're the only one that's emotional. I ain't making
$30 million. Bro, AJ's averaging $30 million a fight, right? He's got 4 belts. And he's turn around, turn the chump with 1 belt, making $800,000. And you bitch for 50-50. Wilder asked for 50-50.
So what?
He asked for 50-50, bro.
No. Let me because you see that's where
he was making $900,000 with 1 belt. AJ was making $30 million with 3 belts.
Let me tell you what happened.
And the pussy won 50-50.
Hello, let me talk. So basically, what happened was they offered Deontay Wilder $15 million with no rematch clause, flat fee. That basically means. Hold up. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that. Shut up, man. Let me speak. God damn. God damn. Let me speak. Let me speak. So basically, what happened was, because I'm gonna say it again. They waited to the last fucking minute. The last fucking minute when they knew Deontay Wilder was talking to Tyson Fury. See what I'm saying? To then offer a rematch clause for that $15 million. But Wilder said, fuck it. Fuck you guys. I've been dealing with you guys for how long? John Skipper.
Did Charles Martin get rematch clause? Did Joseph Parker get rematch? Who the fuck is Wilder?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yes, it doesn't matter. He's on the same level.
It don't matter.
Bro, this is the Wilder that's fighting on Amir Khan's undercard, bro.
No, it does matter.
Joseph Wilder was fighting on Danny Garcia's undercard 3 fights ago.
Who the fuck in the U.S. wanted to see Anthony Joshua versus Charles Martin?
Bro, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. At the end of the day, he was a nobody with a belt, just like Wilder. Wilder was a motherfucking nobody with a belt.
It does matter.
A nobody with a belt.
Say it don't matter. How the fuck you gonna say it don't matter when you know now well?
Because he was a nobody, bro.
No.
He was a nobody. Listen, when the fuck's he ever sold out an arena? Never. 5,000 fans in Alabama, bro. His first title defense was in Alabama. He brought about 5,000 fans there, bro.
No. Because I'm telling you, you look at the people that's in the crowd. Those rich people that's in the crowd.
What if the people in AJ's crowd? 90,000+, bro. Making $30 million a fight.
It doesn't
AJ
matter.
got paid more money for his British title fight than Wilder did for his world title.
So what? Why you counting these motherfuckers' pockets for?
Why the fuck are they on the same? Bro, because the pussy Wilder was looking for charity, bro.
Oh, okay. Edwin Hearn's a bad negotiator.
He priced himself out, bro. Is that Eddie Hearn told him?
I don't care.
Pussy, even charity has its limit.
He got more money than me and you.
So AJ's got more money than all of us. What's the point? AJ's got more money than me, you, and Wilder combined. What's your point?
All up in your fucking feelings. My point is,
he priced himself out.
I can't even get my point out without you.
He priced himself out, bro.
He didn't price himself out.
Joseph Wilder's a no pussy.
Anthony Joshua was a yes man. Anthony Joshua was a yes man.
Are you having a fucking laugh?
Who gives a fuck?
Luis Ortiz twice. Who the fuck wanted that shit?
Okay. How many L's did AJ take?
Never stepped up and fought Klitschko. Never unified.
AJ ain't shit.
Never fought Dylan White.
AJ ain't shit.
Dylan White was in mandatory for fighting. He had no problem fighting Stavern again. Couldn't fight Dylan White though, eh? Couldn't fight Dylan White. No problem Stavern. Let's make a fucking trilogy out of that bitch.
We all found out
AJ.
We all found out AJ ain't
Pussy Wilder was looking for a trilogy for Bermain Stavern, bro.
Andy Ruiz got whooped his ass, made him quit. Andy Ruiz, late replacement, made him quit.
That's what happens, bro.
No, that's what happens.
Why don't Wilder fight Andy Ruiz? Why don't Wilder fight Andy Ruiz? You got Malik start running around saying we're looking for an AJ cash out. Why don't you fight Andy Ruiz then? Why don't you fight Andy Ruiz then?
I don't know.
Why don't Deontay Wilder fight Andy Ruiz?
Is the fight signed yet? Is the fight being negotiated?
He's not going to fight Andy Ruiz, bro. I've already seen the pussy statement. The pussy bleeding again. Deontay Wilder said he don't want to fight Andy Ruiz.
Is Usyk gonna drop the IBF?
Fight Helenius though, bro. No problem fighting a piece of shit like Helenius. Dylan White's leftovers. Dylan White's leftovers, bro. Dylan White's leftovers.
Is Usyk gonna drop the IBF? Is Usyk gonna drop the IBF? What's going on with the IBF? Because if Usyk drops the IBF,
you got motherfuckers selling 5,000 tickets in Alabama, suddenly becoming a shot caller, bro.
So what they got to do with anything? What they got to do with?
He was no bigger than Joseph. Charles Martin. Listen, Deontay Wilder and Charles Martin were the same person, bro. And nobody from America with a belt, no resume, nothing.
What they got to do with anything?
An undercard fight with a belt.
What they got to do with anything? What they got to do with anything? What they got to do with anything?
Deontay Wilder have the same star power, bro. No one gave a fuck.
What the fuck?
If someone gave a fuck about Wilder, he wouldn't be fighting on Danny Garcia's undercard.
What the fuck they got to do with anything? What they got to do with anything? What they got to do with anything? What they got to do with anything?
Why did everyone else have to look? This is a problem. AJ didn't have a problem unifying against Parker. He didn't have a problem unifying against Klitschko. But when it came to Wilder, there's a big problem, bro. Why is there a big problem when it comes to Wilder, bro?
What you mad for? What you mad for?
Why was there a problem when it came to Klitschko?
What you mad for?
Before Klitschko, no problem. Before Joseph Parker, no problem. But Deontay Wilder,
you gotta go. You gotta go. I had enough of that shit. This dude's fucking emotional for no fucking reason, man. So at the end of the day, I can give two shits what Wilder was getting, what he was doing. I pay for the fucking fights I want to see. Yes, I did want to see the AJ versus Deontay Wilder fight. But if two teams can't negotiate a fucking contract to get the fight going, then that's what it is. At the last minute, you want to give a $15 million flat fee with the rematch clause because you know you want to make the fight. You waited too long. It doesn't matter what Wilder said. If Wilder wants to come out and say, I could have got more money to fight you, yeah, that's the course. That's the case. Could be the case. But there was $50 million floating around that you could have fucking got. And it wasn't a 24-hour notice because it was days going on of them going back talking about waiting on Anthony Joshua to take that money. But according to some people, that's not the case. And the reason why that can't be the case is because they're blind. I don't give a fuck who is at fault. You know, when it comes to Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder at this point, because to me, I might as well just put both of them because that's them two, just like Earl and Crawford. According to, as far as I'm concerned, they the ones who didn't make the fight, and that's what I try to tell this knucklehead. But at the end of the day, he makes it out to see like I can't say nothing wrong about Deontay Wilder. I can't say nothing wrong about PBC. When people say that the PBC is the cancer in the sport, and I end up saying it's all of them, I'm saying something bad about the PBC, right? I don't care what you got to say. You schooled nothing. You just a sore loser, or whatever, man. Sore arguments, anyways. Because at the end of the day, I don't have no stake to these dudes' pockets or anything. If people want to come on your channel and try to make everything out to be about a debate or anything like that, when that's not even the case, that's their fucking opinion, you know, because at the end of the day, this is what we do. This is what I try not to do when I come on here. My channel is not about debates. My channel is about just talking boxing, really. I can care less what these fighters are getting. I can care less who's in the stadium. I can care less what belts they got. Only thing I care about is the fights I want to see. And a lot of this shit is already in the past and is already behind us. And folks need to learn how to let this shit go. Because at the end of the day, you know, fight fans are the only ones that took an L when it comes to Wilder and AJ not happening. We're the only ones that took an L. Those fighters didn't take an L. We the ones who missed out on that fight. You see what I'm saying? So just like Big Baby Miller losing out because of PEDs and Ruiz had to step in, same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't people want to keep living in the past, want to keep bringing up who ducking who, $50 million, $15 million. He wants 50-50. He wants this, then the third, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. All this stuff, it should be so back and so far in the past. We should be having to look this shit up to figure out what exactly happened. This shit shouldn't be so ingrained in our brain to where anytime somebody comes up, some people want to catch an attitude because they want to talk about PBC or they want to talk about Edward Hearn. They want to talk about AJ. They want to talk about your favorite fighter or anything like that. You know, that's some childish shit. I just don't give a fuck. So I just start yelling some bullshit back with them because at the end of the day, I have no stake in who ducked who. I really don't care at this point. And if you want to believe he broke whatever or won a debate or stuff like that, if that brings more power to you, God bless you, my brother. But it don't move. It don't move none of the motherfucking needles up over here. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me get a beer. I just had enough of that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, all that yelling and shit back and forth and can't have a dialogue and stuff like that with people who want to just call out, you know, the people who always just want to call out PBC and Deontay Wilder is always going to end the same way. A whole bunch of yelling and shit, bunch of bullshit. It's not going to end anything productive because at the end of the day, I believe in what I believe and they believe what they believe, and it's always a negative aspect because I believe all these promoters and everybody in this boxing game is the same. I don't have no allegiance to none of them. I don't care who has stories on what, and I know for a fact half these boxers don't even know what the hell they're signing, and you can't just be blaming PBC for all your all your woes and shit like that on this earth because you do have a manager. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff goes on to your manager, and your manager probably don't want you to take some of these motherfucking fights because he know he ain't gonna get a big cut. You know what I'm saying? And you know he's got enough of y'all, so it can go to the next big buck. And on that note, shout out to the whole boxing world and everybody stay sucker free.